Okay, finally getting to do a hangout now. Welcome, guys, back to the National Wrestling Shooting from the Hip as always. And this, for once, has it not a 2K18 live stream. If you want to know more information on that, when the next one's going to be, then there's a video called Plans for the Viewers Dedicated Streams. I'm going to leave a comment there because I'm not sure if people watch the whole video. So I'm going to make it clear in the comments the rules that you guys need to do. And then we could go from there. So, this is kind of a combo topic that I've wanted to talk about for a few days now that my computer has stopped acting weird, and everything's gotten fixed. We're going to talk about a couple things. The first one, let's see, should I go with the Punk trial or should I go with the other? You know what? Probably got the Punk trial lined up. We're going to talk about CM Punk's trial that him and Colt Cabana defeated Chris Amann over defamation, I believe, defamation of character lawsuit that has been brewing over for about a good, how long? 4 years roughly, right? So I pull up the chat real quick, that way we get commenting the thoughts on this whole thing real quick. All right. Got chat pulled up. So, I have my own opinion on this whole trial. What's up, everyone? I'll let you guys know at the very end. I'm going to go through the trial notes from all the days real quickly. Or some of the important ones, really. So really, all of day one, some bits and pieces of the rest of the days, and then the verdict, of course. Then I'll get my personal thoughts on it. So. Day one began, we had Gregory Pratt, who was in the jury, or not in the jury, my bad, in the gallery during this trial. He sent out a few tweets. I have business at Cook County Courthouse, so I stopped by in for a minute to watch the CM Punk Colt Cabana defamation case. Surreal to see two wrestlers sitting across from the jury listening to a podcast of them talking life and pro wrestling that led WWE doctors to sue the ex-champion. I'm refraining from giving my own opinion until afterwards. Caught some of the WWE doc Chris Amann's testimony. The podcast dropped on Thanksgiving in 2014. Amann lawyer went through tweets calling him for him to be fired and news stories on the podcast, including from 411 Mania. Amann disputes CM Punk's story about the doctor failing to treat him. It is happening, though. The lawsuit between WWE's longest reigning modern champion and a company doctor is being heard in Cook County nearly 4 years after the podcast dropped. Both sides present different stories. We'll see what sides. No one else in the gallery. Tommy Doctor is likely to continue tomorrow. Punk seemed visibly amused, chuckling here and there, and some of the over-the-top things of the podcast, like Cabana saying "fuck you" to the people who might call next week with abrasive questions. Not really the note from day one. It was kind of the beginning. Day one. Let's see. Where's day two? Day two morning, and there's day two afternoon. Large boxes of documents. Earliest, no words exchange. Amann felt harassed and ridiculed about the comments being said and the aftermath, including a sign made on Raw on December 1st, 2014, saying, "Can someone check my staph infection?" That was a sign. Embarrassed and humiliated. Pog was laying in the ring. Now, one of the main things that was from this came at the 20. Sorry. At the 2014 Royal Rumble, and I remember this clearly, apparently Punk was seeing squiggly lines during the Rumble matchup, and Doctor says, "Oh, I'm going to get you out of the ring," and Punk said, "No, I'm good. I will just toughen it out." which led to Kane throwing out Punk. Sorry, family comes in. Can't really continue with proceedings. Anyway, Kane took out Punk because of this whole situation, and I'm assuming that wasn't the plan to happen. Now that looking at this right now, got rocked after a clothesline from Kofi. And then with the gorilla, that Punk was custody to leave the ring. Punk was unwilling. Got the match. Just eliminate. He ordered to Punk to eliminate himself before Kane was sent out. Afterwards, Punk had said, "What the fuck was that?" And then Amann was like, "Oh, I thought you had an injury." And Punk was like, "Fuck that." And then it was kind of. There were text messages exchanged. I'm not going to go through all the text messages. Basically, there was this lump on his head that was going to go through a little bit more during it. Maybe. I don't know. I might just go through, like, key points that I remember correctly. There's the lump. There was the thing that happened at the Rumble. There was the thing that was said in the podcast. And then there's this lawsuit that's happening. Or happened, anyway. Text messages being exchanged saying, "Oh, it's killing me, la la la, work for lunch, yada yada." You know what? Okay. I'm not going through all 6 of these. It's long stuff. One of the main things that led to, like, everything coming to a close was that Dr. Chris Amann broke the HIPPA laws. And when that was broken out, news sources that reported on it were like, this is an open shut case pretty much. And let me remind you that Chris Amann was actually asking for $4 million in damages. $4 million. And then there was the verdict that Punk and Colt Cabana won against WWE doctor Chris Amann. All this is going on right before Punk's big fight on Saturday in Chicago against Mike Jackson, I think is the name. I believe so. I'll check it out. Maybe, hopefully, Punk will not choke. I'm hoping he doesn't. I hope he does good. I know this was probably taking a lot out of him emotionally, while he's also been training physically. But enough of that. Here's my personal thoughts on it. Right side won. The right side won. And I think that, yeah, there wasn't a reason to go to court. There really wasn't. Like, I know defamation is something you could sue for. But first off, it wasn't really anything that to sue for on the defamation grounds, because if I'm reading it all right, he was basically suing because of the whole staph infection sign deal. That's like, oh, where's my staph infection? Can you check my staph infection or something like that? Things that were said on the podcast that led to that, I should say. And at the end of the day, man, dude needs to lighten up a little bit. Not lighten up, I should say. More so let loose, because there's going to be people that are going to be talking a lot of crap. There's a lot of things that are said about WWE. You don't see WWE suing. No, they just carry on business as usual. I can understand, maybe being a little bit upset at that. Then could have been like, hey, get that sign away, please. And just went on with business as usual. There was no reason for him to go to court. There was no reason for a case to happen, and there was no reason that a case like this should have waited 4 years only to be done in like a week. There's no need for the case to have happened in the first place, in my view. And I think that I think the doctor wasted his time, Punk's time, Cabana's time, and everyone's time that was involved in the case. I think just wasted everyone's time. And I think Amann needs to take a look at himself and just relax a bit, because at the end of the day, there wasn't a reason to go to trial, and you wasted some of your money and your time going to court for that. And you're lucky Punk's not doing the same. He said in an interview recently, like, it's not his style to go to court and do all that crap. Like, it's not him. So at the end, man, you really wasted your time. All right, enough of the Punk trial aside. I know that the people that are watching here have been looking at the WWE 2K18 streams and are probably a little bit interested as to what's going on with WWE 2K19. Now, there are rumors that are going around. Let's see if I can find the article right here. What are the rank signers? Give me 1 second. All right. Possible leak details emerge on a WWE 2K19 video game. A Twitter account with the handle at WWE 2K Inside may have some insider knowledge on the future of WWE 2K games franchise ahead of WWE 2K19 reveal. This account has been leaking potential information of the game, including when the game is scheduled to be revealed. Note, at this time, we have no confirmation on the legitimacy of these leaks. I'll talk about if you guys should believe the leaks or not. So do take them with a grain of salt while reading. You can make your own thoughts up on the legitimacy of these claims. One of the supposed leaks. The Twitter account only recently started posting throughout the past few days, gradually compiling a list of 11 tweets so far on potential 2K19 news. The insider cites the news from an anonymous source. Here is what they had to say. In the first tweet on the account, I'll read. According to my anonymous sources, I can confirm that GMO will return in WWE 2K19 featuring Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and 205 Live as available brands. That 2K will officially announce these information during E3. And E3 is coming up very soon, as you guys know, within the next few days. I have not seen in the E3 schedule that 2K are going to be making any sort of information regarding WWE 2K19 or any announcements in general. But I'm not going to say that that's out of the question. And whenever E3 does happen, I think if it's not revealed then, it'll be very shortly afterwards that 2K19 will be revealed. So, I mean, I wouldn't put that out of the question. Okay. Next tweet. The special edition for WWE 2K19 will feature Ronda Rousey, Roddy Piper, and an exclusive Piper's Pit interview mode for the My Career Universe and returning GM mode. Sure. Let's go with that. WWE 2K19 will feature a new creation mode that has never been part of the series before. My anonymous source told me that he couldn't give me any further information on it, though. Okay. The Hall of Fame Showcase DLC will return on WWE 2K19, featuring matches like Goldberg vs. DDP, Jeff Jarrett vs. Shawn Michaels, Jeff Jarrett vs. Road Dogg, and the first ever TLC matchup, and more. There will be a women's My Career in WWE 2K19 featuring Sarah Amato as the head coach instead of Albert. WWE 2K19 Universe Mode will feature talk show segments like Miz TV and the Highlight Reel, and manager valets like Paul Heyman, Zelina Vega, and Lana will play a bigger role than they did in previous games. WWE 2K19's Create a Superstar mode will include a feature similar to an EA game face as an alternative to the already existing face photo option. Every superstar listed on the current WWE roster page, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and 205 Live will be part of WWE 2K19 roster either on disc or as DLC. Every legend that was part of WWE 2K18 will be returned to WWE 2K19's roster, together with some additional legends from the previous games and some that have never been part of the WWE 2K games before. How believable are these leaks? A lot of information the leaker included is too expected in games. The biggest factor leading is that there will be every NXT superstar and 205 Live superstar featured, as there would be a massive jump of characters. With that being said, there was recently a leak on Amazon that featured WWE 2K19 available for the pre-order cover list for PS4 and Xbox One, alongside other supposed E3 leaks. Additionally, PW had said to know that SmackDown Live Superstars The New Day will be in attendance at E3 over the next week for coverage. This led to the possibility that WWE and 2K Games could reveal the game. It's also worth nothing based on that Xavier Woods obviously has his Up Up Down Down YouTube channel. With that being said, there doesn't really appear to be a reason for Kofi and Big E being there, unless for a larger reason. Do you believe these rumors to be truthful, or are you skeptical on their legitimacy? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to make any words about it. I'll go through every single tweet real quick. But I think that, based on the tweets, they are absolutely 100% bullshit. Okay, hold up. Not 100% bullshit, but about a good 80 to 90% bullshit. These kind of tweets were around last year, first off. That's kind of the first thing that leads me to believe about the bullshit. And what was the opening tweet? GMO will be returning. And see, here's the thing, though, that was said last year. And where's my GM mode at? I don't see it. It's invisible. It wasn't there. This same tweets were put in last year because this guy wants to tell you what you want to hear instead of actual facts. I think that you should not listen to these rumors from the tweets. I definitely do not think that some of this stuff is true. And it's mainly the ones that everyone wants. Now, let me go through all of them real quick, including the GM mode, and get my thoughts. According to my anonymous sources, quote unquote, I can confirm that GM mode will return in WWE 2K19 featuring Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and 205 Live as available brands, and that 2K officially announced this information during E3. Now, they might be at E3 and they might announce the game. However, last year people thought they were going to announce it at E3 and nothing came out until the following week. So now I'm holding my breath when it comes to that, although I do think it is a possibility. I don't think GM mode's coming back, guys. I really don't think it's going to come back this year. I don't really think 205 Live would be a separate brand because I don't know if people would want to play as 205 Live. Like Raw, SmackDown, NXT could be that if it does come back theoretically. But ultimately, I don't think GM mode is going to come back, and there's not really a need for it to come back with Universe mode in place. If you have GM mode, you might as well take Universe mode out. Simple as that. The special edition with WWE 2K19 will feature Ronda Rousey, Roddy Piper, and an exclusive Piper's Pit interview mode for My Career Universe and the returning GM mode. Now, I do think that tweet might have a little bit of claim behind it. I don't think the Piper's Pit interview thing is going to be a thing. We'll get to that one in a little bit. But I do think there is going to be a special edition with Ronda Rousey and Roddy Piper. I think that would be a pretty cool thing, especially with Ronda Rousey taking the place of Roddy Piper, paying tribute every single time that she makes her entrance. I mean, for God's sake, it should be called Rowdy Ronda Rousey. So I think that would be a really cool thing to have as a special edition or a pre-order bonus for WWE 2K19, and I think that will be some sort of special thing for the game coming up, and I really hope it is the case. And I think people would buy it. WWE 2K19 will feature a new creation mode that has never been part of the series before. That one could be, but I'm not holding my breath on it. I don't know what kind of creation mode would there be in the game. Now, do I think there'll be a new creation mode? Maybe. I think, though, more so than not, there's going to be more little tweaks towards the other ones that are in the game. They could bring another one, so I'm not ruling that one out. That one doesn't sound entirely ridiculous, and I think that one might be probably one of the more legitimate ones of this whole thing. The Hall of Fame Showcase DLC will return to WWE 2K19, featuring matches like Goldberg vs. DDP, Jeff Jarrett vs. Shawn Michaels, Jeff Jarrett vs. Road Dogg, first ever TLC, and more. Nope, I don't think that's true at all. I think it's going to be the same as WWE 2K18, where it'll be Jeff Jarrett, the Dudley Boys, Road Dogg maybe. No, Ivory. No, Ivory is already in the game. Never mind. Jeff Jarrett, the Dudley Boys are going to be part of the Hall of Fame DLC. And I don't know what else could be in the Hall of Fame DLC. I don't think it's going to be a showcase deal. But I do think by 2K19, you will have the ability, if the new matches thing is legitimate, which I'll kind of sprinkle on that a little bit, then maybe you could do the first ever TLC match by yourself. I think maybe that could be a possibility, but a women's My Career mode in WWE 2K19 featuring Sarah Amato as the head coach instead of Albert. I am hoping that's the case. I don't think it'll happen. I think 2K20 will be the year that a women's My Career mode will be implemented. But if they want changes, then you know what? Add a women's My Career mode. Add a little change to it. 2K19 Universe mode will feature talk show segments like Miss TV and the highlight reel, and managers of allies like Paul Heyman, Zelina Vega, and Lana will play a bigger role than they did in the previous games. I don't think that is going to be the case. I don't think they're going to add a whole lot to Universe mode. Like, they'll make, like I said, minor tweaks, adjustments, and that's probably the norm. Her Superstar mode will feature a feature similar to an EA game face scanner. Maybe that one might be in. The entire roster of WWE, Raw, SmackDown, NXT 245 will be on the game. Raw, yeah, that's a given. SmackDown, yeah. 205 Live, maybe. NXT, I don't think the entire roster of NXT will be included in the game because there are people that aren't really on NXT TV that are on NXT. Every alleged part of WWE 2K18 will be returning to 2K19. I believe that one because they want to keep expanding on the rosters. So they'll probably do that and add some more people in. I can believe that. But overall, it's the main ones that people are going to be talking about, like the WWE My Career mode, the Universe mode changes, and all that. I don't think they're going to be that big. And I think this guy, whoever he is, I think he's just telling you what you want to hear instead of what we're going to get. That's why I don't listen to anything until it is revealed by 2K. If all this ends up being revealed by 2K, then you know I credit to this guy for getting on the inside scoop of details. But I am not holding my breath with any of this, and I don't think that these are true. However, we do have leaks that I think might and are very possible to be coming to WWE 2K19. If you guys did not hear, there was the audio leak of JoJo announcing for an I Quit match, and that was not in WWE 2K18, but they have the audio files in there. So I think we're going to be getting at least one new match. And that match is going to be I Quit match. I think that is going to be in the game. I don't think there's going to be 10-man matches. Not yet. I think they're going to hold off on that a little bit. Kind of, let the steam of like 8 people in a single match finally kick in a bit. Maybe in a year or 2 or 3, 10 people will be implemented. And we get more new matches of the sort. But I don't think it's time for 10 men to be implemented in the game just yet. Hold your horses. Just yet. It'll come. Very, very soon. I think we could be getting gauntlet matches. I think we might get an ambulance match, but there's a lot of speculation. At the very end of it, you'll be hearing thoughts from me and Will Furnham, one of the comments down there, about the upcoming WWE 2K19 news. Whenever they are confirmed, you'll hear Scott's perspective. Scott will be the main guy reporting on it, and I'll just give my 2 cents on it. But at the end of it, guys, take all these rumors with a grain of salt. They could all be true. For all I know, they could all be true. I wouldn't hold my breath on it because, again, the only people I know are 2K themselves. And that is going to do it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys haven't already, look at the plan for the viewer-dedicated streams coming up very, very soon, hopefully, after Money in the Bank. I'm hoping at some point. But they will be up, coming up very, very, very soon, guys. Of course, the tournament will be continuing. I'll probably be recording some of those matches very soon, as soon as today, maybe. I might start recording those. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And give me your thoughts on the whole trial, the 2K19 stuff. Let me know what you want in WWE 2K19 to make the game better than WWE 2K18 or any 2K game so far. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bang!